Hey guys, how you doing? John Partridge here with Buckeye Ballistics. So, I've had a few of my buddies and friends asking me how to reload. Typically my answer would be just go to YouTube, look it up, and I'm still gonna say that. I'm gonna post a good video for each caliber from what I've done over the years. So if you're watching this and you have a different recommendation, please go ahead and comment down below, because I'm always willing to learn something new. But, so, this is my setup. So, I like mix and matching, so I use RCBS for my single stage, and I've also got a Hornady AP. For the purposes of teaching and stuff, I like a single stage. So, I've got 5 pieces of 9mm brass. So, first stage is going to be tumbling it. After you tumble it, clean it, whatnot, then you're going to take your brass. See how it's punched there? It means it was used. So you're gonna deep prime. Slide in there, you get your decapping pin. And you might have to finagle it a bit if it doesn't. So mine didn't reach low enough, so let me adjust this. Probably should adjust that. That's okay. So when you're doing it, you're gonna need to you're gonna need to set it a little bit. You're gonna have to tinker with the settings. So typically when you're I actually memorize the manufacturer's head. You say lower the hand all the way, so you're actually, let me show you easier. So to actually set it, probably shouldn't set it with the case in there, but semantics. So lower it all the way down so that this raises. Then up in there, that should be probably a little bit closer, but it's gonna have just a little bit of distance between the case and the actual shell holder. So since it didn't punch all the way through, I'm just gonna go ahead and lower it, and then I'm gonna adjust this to lower your decapping pin, because you don't want to lower the whole thing. It might mess with the shell case and the shell holder, and you don't really want to mess that up. You really just need a decapping pin further down to knock out the old primer. So it might take me a while to do that. So my videos are probably going to be, I think raw is how it's probably described, because it'll be the first time that I'm not proud of this. Now, I have not really made actual good YouTube videos before, so So now you have that primer out of there. I'll show you all of them. Hope you can see the primer fall out. Yep. You see the primer fall out, that's all you're trying to achieve. I always like to double check sometimes, just to, especially if I don't necessarily hear it or something, I'll always double check. I don't know why, it's just practice I've gotten into. So so now that we have those, we're going to take some primers. So large. So, the way this works is you literally just use this guy. So it's in lock right now, or it's in on, so yeah, so it's in on mode. So you'd move it down to open, you would empty out your primers on there. Then you would get them all facing up like this. So the other side, just to show you, is gonna look like that with the shiny part down. So you want them like this, so that like this. So in case anyone doesn't know primers, that's the only reason why I'm showing it like this. Let me go to clean case, that might be easier to see. Yeah, so I've got some clean cases I'm using. So it's gonna shiny part like that, and then in the bottom you'll see that ring in there, so that you'll see the metal ring in there, that is the inside of the primer. So that is why you have the shiny part on the bottom side of that tray. Yeah, no, it's very common sense, but for those people who might not know, it's good. Especially like me, I like to have an actual explanation for stuff. That's just, I'm weird. So I don't think I really tumbled these. You really should tumble these. It's not gonna kill a gun having them dirty. I'm sure I'm gonna get so many comments down below for actually tumbling brass. When I actually shoot a large variety, yes, I do tumble them. Yes, I do clean them. Yes, I do all that stuff. Sorry, I was a little weirded out because I heard a noise outside, and so I was trying to figure out what it was. It's a trash guy. So, yes, you should normally clean, tumble, yada yada. And I do. Just for the sake of this video, I'm using dirty brass, only for the sake of I wanted to show the full process of having to do it. So, for this next segment of the video, sorry it's a long video. Like I said, I've never made a YouTube video before, so bear with me and how slow this is. So if you're watching, feel free to just skip forward a bit until you actually see where I'm giving you something useful, not just rambling on like a stupid idiot who is making a YouTube video for the first time. Because to be honest, I don't know where to point you guys on YouTube for a good how-to video, if I'm being completely honest. So, you have your new primed cases, right? So, with this next part, you're going to, so the three I have here, I'm just going to use this guy because it's a lot easier because I have set up. So, you have your expander die. So the expander die will open up the case head just a bit for you to be able to seat a bullet into it. So, and of course, my rookie ass, I'll probably get my YouTube video banned for saying that, but whatever. I didn't put a lever. I took the lever out for my quantity press. So I, through my few years of reloading and such, I have personally found I like shooting a 9mm 124 grain bullet. So with my load data that I have, I always have load data. With my load data, mine says for 124 grain with 700X, it's going to be anywhere between 3.7 and 4.2. So my weird ass butt likes to put it at 3.9. I put it pretty much in the middle. That's what I like to do. So again, I use 700X powder at 3.9 grains with a 124 grain bullet. That's what I like to do. That's what my load data gives me. So if you have something else that doesn't say that, please don't bite my head off. So you just raise it in. While it's raised in there, I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. Maybe I just set it in there, and I just wait for it to be pretty much in the middle. It is in the middle, so I just take this, and I just very carefully pour. So I tap a few times like most people do at a gas station. So then I'm going to lower it now. So now that case has powder in it. So in theory, doesn't always happen, you can set a bullet right on top. And then again, with all these, you're gonna tinker with them a bit. So then you're just gonna set it right up in there. So this one is your seating die. So you'll lower it. Ta-da! You now have a 9mm case with 3.9 grains of powder seated in there. So now I bring it over, and now I'm going to crimp it. So if y'all can see how the case is a little bit away from the bullet, I'm going to put it up into there. Just gonna drop on it. So now, if you look at it, it's just probably can't see too well, but it's just a little bit tapered, if it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be. I know I'll probably get a lot of debate on that one too, but you can have crimp. Do not over crimp it. If I stress anything, do not over crimp. Just don't do it. It's a very bad day. It's a very, very bad day. Don't over crimp. You can destroy your chamber. And definitely don't do too much powder. Have load data, stick within the data, because that's why the data is there. We've done the research. So now you have 9mm bullet. So just to recap, your overall steps, you're going to tumble it. You're going to inspect the case for any cracks and deformities and whatnot. After that, you deprime it. You then put in a new primer. Then you expand the case. You load it with powder. Stick within the load data. Each gun is going to be temperamental in what it likes to shoot, what it doesn't. So that's why reloading is awesome, is because you can load your rounds to what your gun likes. So with my company, Buckeye Ballistics, you can, if you don't want to invest in the money, but you do know what your gun likes, you can tell me, and I will make it to order. The beautiful thing about reloading is you can customize quite a bit. There's only so many things you can customize, so you can't customize like what. There are a few different companies for primers, not too many. For primers, I use CCI. I also have some Winchester primers for my 45. But I typically stick. So I've also got Federal. So Federal, Winchester, CCI. Those are the three that I have. Cases are pretty damn universal. If you're buying brand new cases, which personally as a budget friendly, I don't recommend, but that's just me. Companies I don't really know off the top of my head. The first one is Starline. So Starline has some cases. Winchester. Honestly, if you're just doing it for the first time, I would just go to a store like Bass Pro, Cabela's, or somewhere else, and I just go and spend the money on brand new cases if you want to. But if you're doing it more on a budget and you trust your cases, I would buy a factory bullet first, shoot it out of your gun, and then reload it. That's just my personal preference. But do what you want. You're all adults, so. Also in theory, actually I did forget, safety glasses. So you are supposed to wear safety glasses. I just don't. Reason being is because you can get gunpowder and stuff on your hands. I just don't touch my face, and I wash my hands after I'm done. So that's just me personally. Please don't bite my head off. So deprime it, reprime it, expand the case, load it up, seat the bullet, and then crimp it. Again, crimping. Other thing I should have told you. In your load data, it will tell you. Sorry, I'm just remembering things, and I want to make sure I put all the info in one video, so you know where to find it. So please, again, bear with me. I really suck at this. So, when you're making your ammo, you need to make sure that your ammo fits in a magazine. It's a really important one. So, your data will give you it'll either be like a OAL, Oscar Alpha Lima, or a COL Charlie Oscar Lima. That's just your overall length, so get a caliper. So I don't know what a caliper is. Hornady makes a really nice digital caliper. I love it. By the way, no one sponsored this video, but if you do want to sponsor the video, please do. So, that's literally all you do is you just turn it on, put it in the middle. So 1.142. So you can either go by numbers, or if you're also lazy and budget friendly, get a magazine. You should have one if you're shooting. Just saying. So you just stick it in there, and you'll know if it fits. If it doesn't, shove the bullet down a little bit farther. It's that simple. You're gonna have to temper with settings. You'll find what your gun likes or doesn't like. Guns are temperamental. Every shooter knows this. So, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything, but leave a like. Please go and comment if you're just gonna comment about the lighting in the back being shitty and whatnot. I'm literally making this at like 6 o'clock in the morning, as you can tell by my crazy hairdo. So I really don't care about the lighting and my hair. It's really just about the information I'm trying to give you. But for anything else, if there's an experienced person watching this and you happen to stumble across, I can't English this morning, I haven't had enough coffee. If you're experienced and you notice something I didn't say or something wrong that I did, please leave a comment down below. I want this channel and the videos to be educational. Please don't just harass, just be a jackass. If I can, I'll just delete your comments if it's going to be about that. But if you're actually going to comment like something useful, please do. I encourage it. Please critique. We're all just trying to learn, have a fun hobby. I'm trying to grow a business a little bit. But anyways, have a good day. God bless America. And have fun reloading. Have fun shooting. Stay safe.